Hello, welcome to video 3b. This is Mr. Miller, and the title of this video is An Equation for the Tangent Line. We're doing some classic calculus. I have two problems. They're kind of really good problems. They're a little bit tough algebra-wise, but we'll find the formula for the derivative of two functions and then use it to find the tangent line. Actually, writing the equation for the tangent line is the easy part. It's finding the derivative that's tough. All right, so let's go for it. So here's a function. Suppose f of x is 4 over x minus 2. That's a rational function. Has an asymptote at x equals 2. And this is the graph of it. And we want to find the equation for this red line. The line that's tangent to the graph at the point 4, 2. Okay, well, we're going to write the equation for the line. So we need the point and the slope. So I'm just getting my pen working here. Okay, so we know part of what we need. This point right here is 4, 2. And we just need to know the slope of the line, then we can write the equation. Well, that's what the derivative is, the slope of the tangent line. So here we go. So we know that f prime of x, we're going to find a general formula for that, is the limit as delta x goes to 0 of f of x plus delta x minus f of x all over delta x. Okay, so in this case, this is going to be a really good one. This is limit delta x goes to 0. We have to put x plus delta x into the function, so this would be 4 over, I have to substitute x plus delta x there, x plus delta x, so I put that in for x, minus 2, minus f of x, which is just the function itself, all over delta x. Now, this is a crazy one. It's going to be ugly at first, but it's going to get a lot better. This is one where we have denominators that we want to clear out. So I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom by the product of the denominators. So we've done this trick before. It just looks extra bad this time. So x plus delta x minus 2 times x minus 2. And I have to multiply the top and the bottom by that. So I'm multiplying by that. This gets multiplied by that too. X plus delta x minus 2 times x minus 2. Okay. Phew. Let's see. This is going to be scary. But this is the limit of delta x goes to 0. When we multiply this times this first fraction, this cancels. X plus delta x minus 2. That will cancel. And it'll be 4 times x minus 2. So I'm skipping a little writing. I hope that's okay. We've kind of done this before. So this canceled. This canceled with that. Now, when I multiply this whole thing times 4 over x minus 2, the x minus 2's will cancel. So I have minus 4. Then I'm left with this thing. X plus delta x minus 2. And in the denominator, I have a bunch of stuff. Delta x, x plus delta x minus 2 times x minus 2. Wow, hopefully you're still with me here. Now, this is going to get better quickly though. So we're going to distribute and see what cancels. So I'm going to go over here. Equals the limit. Delta x goes to 0. 4x minus 8 minus 4x minus 4 delta x plus 8. That's what I get if I distribute everything. All over that same denominator. Now, let's see what cancels. We have a 4x and a minus 4x. We have a negative 8 and a plus 8. All that's left is that thing. So this is the limit as delta x goes to 0 of negative 4 delta x all over all this stuff. Now, we're almost there. Delta x is a factor of the numerator because it's negative 4 times delta x. It's also a factor of the denominator. The denominator has 3 factors. Delta x This first thing in parentheses and the second quantity in parentheses. So since delta x is a factor, I can cancel it. And I'm left with the limit as delta x goes to 0 of -4 over x plus delta x minus 2 times x minus 2. Now, as delta x goes to 0, I'm left with x minus 2 times x minus 2 in the denominator, which is x minus 2 squared. And I'm left with -4 in the numerator. Holy cow, that's the derivative. So this is f prime of x. Now, to find the equation of the tangent line, if I substitute 4 in here, I'll get the slope. So when I put in 4, so really running out of room here, I'm sorry, f prime at 4 equals -4 over 4 minus 2 squared is just -1. So the slope of my line is -1. Now, to write the equation for the line, I'm going to go here. We can just use the point slope formula. So this is the easy part. X minus x1, sorry. So we get y minus 2, that's the y coordinate of the point, equals -1, that was the derivative we worked really hard for, times x minus 4. Okay, and if we simplified it, we would get y equals -1x plus 6. Holy cow, yeah, it goes right through 6. Actually, if we just looked at the graph, we can see it has slope -1 and goes through 6. So that confirms our answer. Wow, this was all over the place. You may want to back this up, watch it again. But the real work was finding the derivative. Writing the actual equation wasn't hard. I just wanted to do something that was non-trivial. All right, here's another little toughie. And this will pay off soon. So I want to deal with x cubed. To do this problem, I'm going to need a formula. I'll just write it here. That if you have a plus b quantity cubed, there's a formula for what you get. You get a cubed plus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared plus b cubed. That's kind of an algebra rule for what you get when you cube a binomial. We'll need that. Okay, so suppose f of x is x cubed. Find an equation for the tangent line at -2, -8. Here we go. In order to do that, we need f of -2. So actually f prime at -2. We need the derivative at -2. Here we go. This should be interesting. So we got limit of delta x goes to 0. F of x plus delta x minus f of x all over delta x is going to equal, let me see, limit as delta x goes to 0 of x plus delta x cubed. I substituted x plus delta x into the function minus x cubed over delta x. All right, here it goes. This is a limit. Delta x goes to 0. I'm going to use this formula. A is x and b is delta x. A plus b cubed, I have x plus delta x cubed. So this is a, this is b. Okay, so if I just substitute, a cubed would be x cubed plus 3a squared would be x squared times b, that's delta x, plus 3a would be 3x times b squared, that'd be delta x squared, plus b cubed would be delta x cubed. Wow, I did it. I expanded that. Minus x cubed all over delta x. Wow. Actually, this is going to be over quick. The x cubes cancel. X cubed minus x cubed. I'm going to factor out delta x here. Every term is at least one factor of delta x. And you're going to be surprised how fast this falls apart. So delta x times 3x squared plus 3x delta x plus delta x squared all over delta x. Delta x is canceled, and as that delta x goes to 0, 3 times x times delta x goes to 0 because delta x is going to 0. And delta x squared goes to 0. So the only thing that survives this whole thing is 3x squared. So I get f prime of x is 3x squared. A couple days we'll know how to get this in less than, like I said, a couple seconds. So f prime at -2, where we want the tangent line, is 3 times -2 squared, which is 12. All right, here we go. We're going to write the equation of the tangent line. So that's point slope form. Y minus -8 would be y plus 8 equals the slope, 12, times x minus x1. X minus -2 is the same as x plus 2. And if you simplify, you get y equals 12x plus 24 minus 8 is plus 16. Bam! So if we graph y equals x cubed, and this line would find that it was tangent at -2. Okay, you guys have actually been really good at this. This is really cool algebra. Okay, time for the journal assignment. Now I got two things for you. First is, by doing the limit, show that the derivative of f of x equals 1 over x is f prime, show that the derivative of 1 over x is 1 over x squared. Actually, that should be -1 over x squared. So make sure you put a -1 there. Sorry, my bad. So show that f prime of x is -1 over x squared. Then show your work, and I kind of told you the answer ahead of time, so when you're working with this, you know what you're supposed to end up with, so see if you can get there. Whether or not you find that, you can still do number 2. It says use your answer to find the equation of the tangent line to the graph at 2, 1/2. Okay, so m, the slope, is going to be f prime at 2. I gave you the formula for f prime, so you can use that and write the equation that goes through 2, 1/2. Okay, good luck. See you next time.